Hey guys, welcome back to It Is Well. Today I will show you how I made my spring/Easter table decor. So come on with me. Here you see a basket that I made. It kind of looks like a garden and a nest. And then I made a lantern with a nest inside. Here are my supplies. I got my white wicker basket, the two different size nests and carrots on Michael's. I got at the Dollar Tree the spring moss, reindeer moss, as well as the faux moss stones, along with the two types of little wood pieces in the net. And I also got at the Dollar Tree the colorful Easter eggs. From my grocery store, I bought parchment paper, and from, I can't remember where, I think it was Michael's, I got the robin's eggs from the Whoppers candy. And then I also have my scissors. Here's a closer look at the moss so you can see the difference between all three. The top left is the Spanish moss, middle is reindeer moss, and then the stones. Here is the robin's egg, and you can compare it to the plastic eggs. And now here you see the nests up close with the carrots. So to start, I grabbed the wicker basket, and because it has holes, I need to line the basket, so I use parchment paper. The parchment paper will help me keep the moss that I'll be using all gathered inside without spilling out. So I highly recommend you using parchment paper. If you want to use wax paper or some other type of liner, please do so. Next, I get the Spanish moss out of the bag. At first, it doesn't look like it's enough for the wicker basket, but once I stretched it out and spread it within the basket, it filled up pretty nicely. Once all the Spanish moss was the way I liked in the basket, I grabbed the faux moss. To be honest, it was a weird texture. I wasn't sure if it was faux or if it was real. Well, correction, this is actually the reindeer moss. I was not sure if it was real, if it was fake. It felt weird. It kind of felt cold and wet or moist, kind of like putty. So I have to admit that I looked back at the bag several times to see if it mentioned anything about it being real, just because the texture was weird. But I believe it's not real. After using the reindeer moss, I grabbed the big nest and I positioned it in the basket. I wanted it slightly tilted just to give it a more depth look than just laying it flat. I then grabbed my eggs from Dollar Tree. Once I got them out of the plastic wrapping, I lay them on the nest, trying to position them in what fashion made sense to me. I was trying to be careful about keeping light colors separated so it didn't look like I clumped similar colors together. I was trying not to do it in a linear way, kind of like piled up together but not neatly done. Then I grabbed some of the small little pieces of wood or of logs that I got over at Dollar Tree, and I made like a border basically around the basket. There goes my dog trying to see what I am doing. Here I decided to use the carrots and I wanted to assimilate or kind of make a faux garden. So I wanted to plant the carrots in the moss. So I used, the pack had a total of 6. I used 4 because I wanted to use the other 2 with my lantern. Now here's what it looked like all together. Next, it was my lantern. I got this lantern at Hobby Lobby. I got this past winter. Might have been around November that I got it. And here I used the faux moss stones. I used the thinner pieces of wood from the Dollar Tree, and the small nest, the 2 carrots, and the robin's eggs, which are candies. So I laid out first the logs or the pieces of wood at the bottom of the lantern. Then I used the stones and laid them out in a way that they were evenly spaced, but not perfectly spaced. Once I laid everything down the way I liked, I got my nest and I put it at the center, and again I kind of tipped it so it was not flat. I used another stone to support it, and I grabbed my carrots and placed them inside the lantern as well. My final part of this decoration was to gather the eggs for the nest. Now I was trying to get all the different colors. Some were solid, some were speckled. So I was trying to get a handful of a mix of colors and designs to put in the nest. Once I figured out all the ones I wanted, I laid them out. Again, I was trying to make sure that not all same colors were all lumped together. That's why you see me moving some eggs around. And once I thought that everything came together nicely, I closed my lantern. Since I had leftover candy, I decided to get a dish and put the robin's eggs there. And I'll keep that somewhere around my buffet table where the kids might forget that it's there, but they are there. Here's a closer look at the nest in the lantern. That's a view from the top of the lantern. I think it came out pretty cute. Then here's a look of what the table looks like. Here you see the basket with the nest and the garden. You also see the lantern with the little nest and a couple of carrots in it. And then on the side there's a blue bowl with a candle. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed seeing how I created my table decor for this spring and Easter. I hope that you too get to have an opportunity to decorate your home for this season. And while you're here, subscribe, like, comment on my channel. Thank you, and until next time.